Hello everyone, this is Anton, and in today's video I want to give an update on Thunk, this note-taking app that I recently came upon roughly about 3-4 days ago. I've been using it ever since, and I've actually been liking it. It's been getting some updates to it, being improved here and there. There are still some, what I would consider some big downsides to it, basically some features that they don't have right now, and the features that I really think that they need to implement sooner than later would be being able to import and export documents in and also out of this particular note-taking application. But the minimalist look and feel, getting into this app is very intuitive. I'm really digging the flow of this application and working in it day to day. This app has a real fresh look when compared to Obsidian, which is the note-taking app that I usually in from day to day. It is a web-based app. There is no mobile native mobile app, and there is no native desktop app. So in order to get into this app, you're going to have a web browser and internet connectivity. So unlike Obsidian, which has an offline mode to it, you will have to have connectivity and a browser to get into it. But once you're into it, if you have not seen the look and feel, this is what it looks like. You basically have your note. It caters around that daily note-taking aspect where you get in, you have a note for that day, and you start jotting down things into it. So I have a template that I'm using here. So there's a template directory where you can create your own template. They do have some featured templates that comes in out of the box that you can work with and kind of get a feel of how they use this application. So if you go into the daily, the today's note here, well, another thing to note is that I'm typically used to the daily note having the date up here, like the month, the day, and the year formatted in the name. But they've taken it a little bit, a different approach here, and you will get either today, tomorrow, 2 days ago, names like that. They're little aliases, but they will map to a daily note name, right? So it will know which day it is mapped to. So if you go to the calendar, you can always go back and forth. You can see here the name is 6 days ago. If you want the actual date that it was built on, you can either hover over, you see it popped up a little hint of what the actual date is, and you can either go to the calendar. You can see it right here what the day is. And as I mentioned, you can go back and forth. You have these two arrows. You can hit the calendar. You can just go back to today really quick. And that's another thing. The app is really responsive for a web app. I guess that's because of probably the minimalist feel that it has. It's not really cluttered with a bunch of stuff that you can do. So really you just dive into it and you take notes. There are formatting, mostly some of the typical formatting you'll get with headers. You can create different types of lists. You can decorate your font into quotes, or they have command code blocks as well, paragraph, and pretty much everything is put into these blocks, similar to what you get from things like Notion or even Obsidian. Now, I did mention in the last video that the to-do list items, you could not move these around. It's mostly true, but the part that's not is that you can move them around within the block that they're in, but you cannot move them out. So that is one thing I think can be improved. I know the developers are working on it, so hopefully it'll come soon. And that's another thing with this particular app too, is the support has been on point. They've been quick to respond, quick to actually update the app with things where there's bugs and things are broken, and also add in new features. So I'm really loving that about the app. The to-do pane here on the side, I'm liking that as well. So So if you go ahead and extend out here, you get this pane on the side where you can see your links, or you can see your to-dos. So the to-dos show up. They're aggregated across all the different notes that are out there, and I'm really liking that this has been something that was thought of, right, versus having to search for all of your to-dos. Especially in this app, they don't have the ability where you can create folders, so it would be really hard to kind of navigate back and forth throughout this I guess this vault or this environment, which has, you know, all of your notes in it, to try to figure out which ones have to-dos that you did not actually complete. Now they do have a fresh new take on, or at least from what I've seen, a fresh take on the actual links that you see in this side pane. You will see the links from a block or line perspective. When you're selected on a line, if you have any linked items in that line, then they will show up on the other side of the in this pane. Now the only exception to that is if you pin an actual note. So if I come in here and I pin a note, it doesn't really matter which line I'm selected on. If there is no link item within that line, this note is pinned always into this corner, so it's easy to get to it. And then from here you can also see the actual links from the note here. So you have this I have my morning workout linked note here, and the links to it, you can see them all here, and you can collapse these days or expand them out if you need to. And these links are live, so if I wanted to click over, so I'm on the today right now, if I want to go to 2 days ago, I can go to that link. I'm digging this particular side pane. I didn't think I would like it, but it's really giving me access to information within my notes really quick. You know, you select on here, I can start to see connections to other things over here, maybe a different person that I may want to look up more information on within this note. I can easily get in there and open this note up, so I can click on there and then get more information about this person. Or I can even, if I go back here and I click on this same note, you can even select in there, and then you can actually type information in this note while it's on the side, then break off from it, and you're done without losing the complete focus of the main note that you were working in. Another neat aspect about the actual map here, the note map, so you can drag and drop on these things. You can see the links, those are pretty cool, but you can also select one of these here, and if you select them, you get the actual note pop up here, and a nice little window where you can even come in here and you can then edit things from this window. So that's a quick productivity boost right there right away. So as I mentioned, I'm really liking this application. I'm going to go ahead and use it a few days more. I'm challenging myself not to put my information into Obsidian, so let's see how it goes. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, have a nice day.